Hello and blessings, beautiful souls. Avalon here. And today I felt like taking you on an intimate walkthrough of one of my primary sacred spaces. Now, on the eve of the super blue moon eclipse in Leo, I felt this insatiable pull to reorganize, restructure my sacred space. And it felt right to do so as it was approaching Lunasa here in the Southern Hemisphere. And so I gave myself this particular setup, and I like to change my sacred space setup, particularly this sacred space, in accordance with the Wheel of 8. And so I put a lot of interesting energy into it, and considering the influence of the moon, I think that I hit the mark for myself. I never decorate my altar in a way that pleases other people. It must fully and utterly satisfy my own personal needs and my own personal view of what is beautiful. And while every single item in my sacred space is of inherent beauty, everything that I place upon my altar is of value in a sense that I can reach for consistently and work with. So nothing is here simply as a pure adornment. I will reach for every tiny bit, every little crystal, every herb, every feather, everything that you see will be utilized in my magical workings and my client readings throughout this entire season of Lunasa, and I am so excited. I've also changed the decks that I will be working with for this season. I'll be unboxing the Victorian Romantic, and I've got my Sun and Moon there. I'm also working with the Layla and Olive decks, the Oracle and the Tarot. Soul Cards 2 is there, front and center. And towards the other side, I have the Earthly Souls and Spirits Oracle by Terry Foss and the Mother Mary Oracle, which I haven't worked with for a while. I am working with 3 candles at the moment, one for my working candle, one for my seasonal candle, and one for representation of flame. You could also look at this as Maiden Mother Crone energy represented in flame, and either one suits. All of my favorite tools are here: crystals and bone and wood and feather and oil and sacred waters, and you name it, it is here. And of course I have representation of the 4 sacred elements in one form or another: water, fire, air and earth. And so I place a great deal of care. I also have my Odisha Incense represented there, and I crafted an incredibly special working candle for myself, and that is it right there. Absolutely beautiful. I would also like to talk a little bit about some of the stones that I have chosen to place within my sacred space for this rotation of Lunasa in 2018. I'll be pulling reference from this book, which is Love is in the Earth, A Kaleidoscope of Crystals by Melody. This is one of my absolute favorite books on crystals. It is an incredible resource. It is a book that I have had within my possession for more than 15 years, and it is something that I highly recommend to others who are interested in working spiritually and effectively with crystals. The first stone that I would like to show you is Tourmaline, and Tourmaline is associated to the astrological sign of Libra. It is an absolute staple in my sacred space, and I tend to have a piece of Tourmaline with me wherever I go, whether that be on my person or in my car. Tourmaline clears and maintains chakras. It can be used to attract inspiration, to diminish fear, and to encourage self-confidence. It balances the masculine and the feminine. It is also thought to bring healing power to the user and protects from all dangers in the physical plane. What you see here is multicolored tourmaline, and this particular gem strand was made for me by Caris Molina, and the combination of stone is incredible. I've never before worked with multicolored tourmaline, but I will say in the short time that I have been working with it, I am so affected by it. It has such a deep and profound effect on me, I cannot explain it, and I will be doing a separate video to describe the hows and the whys of it, but I'm very impressed. Next I have Jade, and Jade is associated to the astrological sign of Aries, Gemini, Taurus, and Libra. It's considered the dream stone, a stone of fidelity, and it assists in dream solving. So good for all the dream weavers out there. It's associated with knowledge of the Mayan dream time, which I find very interesting. And in Mayan culture, Jade was considered the sovereign of harmony, which is beautiful. It's a stone of assisting one to access the spiritual worlds, and I love working with it. This next stone is Prenite, and it is associated to the astrological sign of Libra. It allows for the slowing down in hectic situations and to see all the details. It promotes discretion, cooperation, and harmony. Prenite is also supposedly a combination or contains a combination of properties of gold and silver, making it a dynamic healing stone. The next stone that I have for you today is red jasper, and red jasper is associated to the astrological sign of Taurus. Now, jasper can help to rectify unjust circumstances, which is beautiful. In meditation, if you use red jasper, it can provide a very clear insight into a solid method of amelioration. And so it is a very grounding stone. It's a very solid stone, and one that is oftentimes associated with the root chakra and that survival instinct. It is a good one to have on your reader's table for a variety of reasons, and these are just some very minor reasons. Next stone that I have for you today is blue tiger's eye, and blue tiger's eye is associated to the astrological sign of Capricorn. Now, blue tiger's eye brings sand and sunlight energy. It provides sharpness and grounding, and helps to seek individual clarity and deal intellectually with scattered information, which is great in a tarot reading. It also eliminates the blues and brings a sense of optimism into sacred space and balances the yin and yang energy. It further promotes the admiration of what is pure and beautiful, allowing one's life and one's passion for life to open and blossom fully and completely, which is awesome. Next stone that I'd like to show you is one of my favorites. It's Labradorite, and it belongs to the astrological family of Sagittarius, Scorpio, and Leo. One of my favorite descriptors of Labradorite is that it represents the temple of stars. The energy of Labradorite facilitates the transformation of intuition into intellectual thought. It also symbolizes the moon to help one advance without constraints through the cycles of progression. And it unites personal self with the understanding required to both realize and achieve the destiny of this life. It helps one to reflect, facilitate transformations which are beneficial. It also enhances patience and an inner knowing of the right time, which is beautiful. This next stone is Apophyllite, and Apophyllite has been associated with the astrological sign of Libra and Gemini. It has also been used to create a conscious connection between the physical form and the spiritual realm. It both allows one to recognize and act upon the truth in all situations, and it enhances mindful analysis tinged with universal love. It has been used to facilitate astral travel and to provide a clear and definite connection to the physical body. The mineral also produces a reflective aspect to allow for the recognition of one's behaviors and attitudes, and to encourage one to seek to recognize these attitudes. The next stone that I would like to show you is Cavansite, and Cavansite is ruled by the astrological sign of Aquarius. This mineral has been used to stimulate the intuition, to instill second sight, and to activate channeling abilities. It is an excellent stone for psychic healing and has a protective quality to it as well. It is also used to enable the focusing of the intuitive self via the third eye at an etheric level, and it has been used to bring thoughtfulness to one's environment and to stimulate pensive action. Next stone is one of my personal favorites, and it is Amethyst. Amethyst is associated to the astrological sign of Pisces, Virgo, Aquarius, and Capricorn. Now, amethyst is the stone of spirituality and contentment, and facilitates the transmutation of lower energies into the higher frequencies of both the spiritual and the ethereal levels. It balances the energies of the intellectual, emotional, and physical bodies, and provides a clear connection between the earth plane and other worlds. It is the stone of meditation, and it has been used to protect against psychic attack, and it's one of my absolute favorites. This next stone is Carnelian, and it is associated to the astrological sign of Taurus, Cancer, and Leo. This mineral stimulates analytical capabilities and precision, and it provides for perceptiveness in situations and awakens one's inherent talents. It protects against envy, fear, and rage, and helps to banish sorrow from within the emotional structure. It provides an energy conducive to the stabilization of energy in the home, and it is cleansing to other stones. It can be used to dispel apathy, indolence, and passivity. It is a beautiful stone to have around in readings. This next crystal is a spectacular one indeed. It is a record keeper clear quartz, and clear quartz is associated to all the astrological signs. Now, a record keeper quartz crystal is recognized by a raised or several raised perfect triangles located on one or more of the crystal faces. A record keeper is a crystal within which wisdom is stored. When one properly attunes to the crystal, the ancient knowledge and profound secrets of the universe can be physically retrieved. This crystal is amazing, and if you ever have the opportunity to work with a record keeper, please do so. You will not be disappointed.